There is a proverb that says, "Where there is no vision, the people perish." And for me, that was really true. I was able to get through some very difficult times in my life because I had a vision. The vision came from the environment that I grew up in, not the one I was born into. See, I was born into a home that was in the middle of a city, center of acres of asphalt and concrete. The city's biggest employer was the state prison. And the single Hispanic mom I was born to was living with someone who had recently been paroled. The house was littered with ashtrays, bottles of alcohol, pages of pornography. The adults were very impatient with children, and when the children became too frustrated, they would be smartly struck on their backside with yardsticks or smacked in the face. Meals were cans of food stuff that would be opened and warmed in a pan and stuck on a table. I, for one, was a really chatty child and found myself to be insulted frequently and gotten my swats or smacks on a regular basis for it. But all of this changed when I was placed in a foster home. This foster home was like no other. It was out in the countryside in this huge farmhouse in the middle of all this farm community, huge yard, amazing garden. The mom of the house I called Aunt Madge. The family had 6 children of their own, and I was the youngest and their only foster child at the time. And Aunt Madge was just this incredible person. She kept a garden and put the produce up in shiny glass jars. She baked her own bread, which when it was baking, the smell would just transport me to a whole nother place. It was like just a dreamy place. In the fall, the big majestic oaks and maples would turn their amazing chromatic colors, and I would pile them up and jump into them with delight. The taste of a strawberry picked fresh from the garden and her freezer jam when she put it up was just to die for. And if you can believe it, she made the most amazing egg salad. When I went to school, I could trade Twinkies or Oreos for one of her egg salad sandwiches. They were just that good. Homemade bread. It was just, I don't know what her secret was, but everything she did was spectacular. The best part was I would love to watch her as she made her amazing meals in that big farm kitchen. And while I watched, of course, the chatty person that I was, I would talk her ears off. And she would look up at me with a sparkle in her eye and a smile. It was so accepting. I have such good memories from that place, and it's those memories that give me the vision in my life. Because after a while, I had to go back to that home. I couldn't live in that foster family. And it was the vision of that different life, that different home, that different world that got me through to adulthood. And it was that vision for that kind of life that caused me to go to college, to work hard. My freshman year, I had 3 jobs to get myself through college. I was very much careful about who I chose to marry, and we had children, and everything's been radically different than the home I was born into because of the vision that I got through living in that foster home. And the proverb has proved very true for me because I know that without that vision, I certainly would have perished.